Good morning, everybody. Karen Drucker coming to you here this morning. So glad to be here with all of you. What do I feel like singing? I'm going to start off with this. God is my source. God is my power. Yeah. God's going to give me everything, everything I ever need. So I give thanks, so much thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything, everything that I need. Got it? Got all those words? You ready to sing with me? This is my magic wand. Wait, there it goes. It says you can sing, so sing along with me. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. I'm hearing you sing with me. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything, everything, everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Yeah, love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. You want to have a little bit of peace? Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything. Let's go to some joy. You want some joy? Joy is my source. Yeah, my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. So let's go back to God. God is my source. Yeah, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, yeah, for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Now listen to that last line. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. When you don't know what you're doing, God gives me everything. When you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, you just say, God gives me everything. Everything, everything, everything. God gives me everything that I need. God is my source. God is my power. Yeah, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all of my blessings. God gives me every little thing, everything that I need. Everything. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen Drucker. It's so good to have you back with us. I love you so much. You
I'm
and
crazy
your
about
music.
You.
Karen Drucker, you have to check out her website for all of the extraordinary things that she's doing. We feature her music a lot. She's one of the premier music ministers in the New Thought movement and beyond. We are so pleased to have you with us. Thank you for that opening song. We look forward to having you back with us to close out this section and for you to be with us in our Zoom party as well.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Karen. So I'm the Reverend Deborah Johnson, and welcome to Inner Light Ministries, our Sunday celebration service. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you every week, regardless of where you physically may be. Say all the time, where you are is a sanctuary. Wherever you are is holy ground. It's not about an edifice. It's not about some religious symbol. It's that you are a spiritual being, and wherever you are is holy ground. So in this moment right now, I want you to think of wherever it is that you are. You could be in your kitchen, you could be in your bedroom, you could be in your car, you could be out at the beach, you could be any place. But in your mind, make it your living sanctuary, because you're there. You're there. Just breathe that in. What a wonderful time that we are in, this extraordinary moment, even with all of its challenges. We're in the midst of a global pandemic. There's so much social justice unrest that's happening, insurrections that are going on just this month at the Capitol in Washington, D.C., an inauguration still just this month. We're just now ending January 2021. It seems like such a really long month, already. And there's also so much joy that's going on. There's so many ways that people are finding to connect with one another, ways to be compassionate with one another, to be genuine, to be caring. Our theme this month is intent. Intent. Remember, intent is not just a goal. It's not just some place that you're trying to arrive to. It's the other way around. Your intent arrives before you do. Let that sink in for a moment. Your intent arrives before you do. Our intent is a place of integration. It's not a destination. It's a place in consciousness. And our intent is that place where everything lines up, where our thoughts, our deeds, our actions, our feelings, what comes out of our mouth, where our motivations, the processes that we're using, that they're all lining up and they're all moving in the right direction. They're all moving in the same direction. Because as human beings, we have an extraordinary capacity to be at cross purposes with ourselves, to be thinking this thing, saying this thing, doing something else, and motivated yet by something else. But the place of intent is when we bring it all together. My topic today is building upon the solid rock. Building upon the solid rock. That's a takeoff from actually a parable in the New Testament scriptures. It comes at the end of a section that we refer to as the Sermon on the Mount, which is found in the book of Matthew, chapters 5, 6, and 7. And this Sermon on the Mount is where you find most of the foundational things that the Christian religion is built on in terms of its principles and values. You find things like the Beatitudes, the Blessed Are Theys. You find the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father which art in heaven. You find the things about forgiveness. It's doubtful that all of that was actually given in one sermon, but at that place, that's where you're going to find it. And at the end, this is what Jesus concludes in the way that it's laid out. It says, he who hears these things, these words of mine, and does something with them is likened to the wise man who builds his house upon the rock. And when the winds and the rains come, the house still stands. He who hears these words and doesn't do anything with them is likened to the foolish man who builds his house upon the sand. And when the winds and the rains come, great is the fall of the house. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. This isn't just a construction lesson. The parables are like these koans, like a Buddhist koan or something, where it's meant to make you think. It's true on a literal level, but then it's also true on a metaphoric level. And the parables itself are instructive of us in consciousness. This house is the place where we live. It's not just your residence, but it's the place where you live in consciousness. See, your residence is a particular location. You go there, you leave. You come and you go. But your dwelling place is wherever you are. Your dwelling place. You build this house upon the rock. This rock is the rock of truth. This rock is the rock of that which is eternal. This rock is something that's solid. When you think about planting, you know that the seed has to be planted into the soil. It has to have some roots. The roots cling. The roots create an anchor. And such as it is in a building, that the foundation is that which holds the structure in place. So you build upon the rock so that it's not shifting. It's not sifting around. It says, when the winds and the rains come, the house still stands. Now, these winds and these rains, it's like, yes, there's literally wind and rain that happens. But the wind and the rain and the storms, this is the stuff of life. It's the stuff of life. Things happen. They just happen. We have illnesses. We have sickness. We have economic trials. We have relational things. People die. We have certain trials and tribulations and social unrest. Stuff happens. Earthquakes, natural disasters, fires, floods. It happens. But if your consciousness is anchored in something that's bigger and greater, that when these things happen, you don't fall down with them. You don't fall down with them. That is the promise of spiritual traditions. Not that you get to be exempt from the wind and the rain. We have this trap in the New Thought movement. Why did this happen? What did I do to bring this in my consciousness? Oh, like if I was just spiritual enough, there wouldn't be any rain. If I was just spiritual enough, there wouldn't be any winds or storms. No, you're going to get the winds and the storms too. Just the difference is that your house will still stand. The foolish one that builds the house upon the sand. What do we know about sand? Sand shifts. You hear me say all the time that the only thing that ever needs to be healed is the sense of separation. What's the difference between rock and sand? Sand is granular. It's separated rock. That's what it is. You can't build in it because it is responsive. It is subjective to all of the weather patterns, the things that are happening on the outside. When the winds and the rains come, whatever you have that's built in the sand starts to fall. Great is its fall. Jesus wasn't being negative here by saying this. It's pure cause and effect. You build upon the rock, winds and the rains come, your house still stands. You build upon the sand, the winds and the rains come, your house falls. Doesn't matter what the house was. I remember one of my spirit letters just questioning me and saying, why are you asking me all these questions about why did this thing happen and that thing happen? You built it in the sand. Just what is it you need to understand, my reverend daughter, about sand to know that it shifts? ? It's the way that it came out in the letter. How much do you need to know about sand to know that it shifts? The world of the temporal. People, places, things, ideas, institutions, concepts. Those shift. They shift over time. Your body's going to shift. If you just try to anchor your life in your strength or just your physical capabilities or whatever that is that you're able to do, that's going to shift over time. Just breathe that in for a moment. It shifts. There's a line in one of my favorite songs, Rolling River God, where it says that time brings change. And change takes time. Too many of us are living our life with the intent of nothing ever changing. We want to be safe. We want to be secure. And we want to set this thing up so that I know that it's always going to be there. So I can live within my comfort zone. That's part of the challenge that's happening now with the COVID-19 crises. It's that so many of the things that we've built, so many of the things that we've been banking on, they're not there. And we don't know if they're ever really going to be restored. And who are we without them? We're having to take a really good look at ourselves. And what do we value? What is important? Just breathe that in for a moment. What is your intent? Build upon the rock. Build upon the rock of truth. Build upon the rock of justice. In the same Sermon on the Mount, Yeshua, whom we call Jesus, Yeshua says to seek first the kingdom of God and all things, to seek first the kingdom of God and all of its righteousness, and all things will be added. This kingdom of God would be like the highest heaven right here on earth. The righteousness is literally justice. Linguistically, it's justice. If you seek first a kingdom in which everybody is blessed with all of its justice, then all of the material things will follow. But we have it the other way around. We want to make sure that we're so materially secure, and then we'll worry about the justice. We want to be materially secure, and then we'll worry about everybody else when I know that mine's taken care of. The prayer that he said to pray is a collective prayer. It's an our prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins. It's an us that's happening there, with this recognition that even in quote unquote the our Father is that we're all equal. We're all sons and daughters of the Most High. However you conceive the great I am to be, the prayer is saying that we are all equal within it, all equal inheritors of it, that the place that we come from is this higher place. Live there. Let that be your intent. Whether it's on the most individual level of you as your personage, don't build your house upon your marriage. Don't build your house upon your job. Don't build your beingness on your children or your physical condition or the economy or the church or anything like that. That stuff is temporal. It's temporal. It can only be there for so long. Rome will fall. Every marriage It's going to end at some time. Even the marriage vow is till death do us part. That at some point that will part. These bodies, they don't last forever. They don't. Illness, injury, one or the other. We're out of here. But there's something bigger. There's something greater. There's something divine within you that is transcendent of all of that. It is the great I am that I am of your beingness. It's your spirit. It's your essence. It's incarnate within you, but it can't be defined by all of that. It's bigger than that. It's greater than that. The stuff that comes and goes and it keeps saying, but I am. The divorces come and it keeps saying, I am. The deaths come and it keeps saying, I am. The jobs come and go and it just keeps saying, I am. And that is our intent. That's the place where we live. That's the place that we choose to be. That's the place that we build our house. Just breathe that in. That is our deepest intent, whether it's on an individual level or whether it's on a collective level. People who come into the White House, they're going to come and go. Political parties, they're going to morph and change or do whatever it is that they do. But if we have the intent of bringing forth the highest heaven right here on earth, if we seek first the kingdom of God and all of its righteousness, all things will be added. The systems that we need, the structures that we need, the policies that we need, the administrations that we need, they will all come as a result of our deepest intent to live the best and to be the best, to bring forth from out of ourselves the essence of who we are. It is not the other way around. It is not when I get all my human structures in place, then the truth of my being will have a chance to express. It's the other way around. When we express the truth of our spirituality and who we are, then all of the outer things transform, transmute, become what they are meant to be, because we have come true. Our dreams are waiting for us to come true. Just breathe that in for a moment. Breathe that in. And I would love for you to continue this conversation with us. We have a Zoom watch party going on right this very minute, where people have been together in spiritual community, watching this message on a Zoom watch party. You can join in at any particular time that you'd like to join in. Karen Drucker, whom you had heard in the beginning, in a couple of minutes is going to be closing us out in a closing song. And she's going to jump on into that Zoom meeting. So I'll be there and she'll be there. We can sing along some more and real engagement. There'll be breakout groups where we can talk to one another about what's coming up for us in this message and share the things that we're grateful for, learn about more ways that we can be in community. We invite you. We invite you to join with us in that. The other thing that we invite you to do is to check out Karen Drucker's website, karendrucker.com, and she has these wonderful opportunities to sing along with her. One is going to be on Valentine's Day, and I know that's something that you want to participate in. It's just sign up. She's not even charging for it, although I'm sure love offerings are always accepted, and there are other classes and things of hers that you can participate in. We invite you to also support this ministry, Inner Light Ministries. There are many ways that you can do that. You can check out the donate buttons wherever you are right now, where you are live streaming. We have a PayPal account, paypal.me/innerlightministries. You can also text to give, and the numbers are right there. We appreciate all of the gifts and all of the contributions. We know how hard people have been hit economically, and we feel every bit of it. Not being able to be open for months and months, on end. We feel it with you. We understand, which is why we are so grateful for all of you who are capable and have it to share some of your love and some of your joy with Inner Light, so that we can keep, in fact, multiplying the consciousness. One of the ways we've been multiplying the consciousness the most here is through our food pantry, which we have open every Thursday at noon at our center in SoCal, California. That's the Santa Cruz area at 5630 SoCal Drive, where we are distributing massive amounts of food, thousands of pounds. I think we're up to like 7,000 or 8,000 pounds a week now. If you know anybody that needs food, perhaps you need it yourself. There's so much food insecurity that's going on now. We have large space, acres here. So the pantry is outside, COVID safe, regulations. Please, if you're anywhere in this area, come by, pick up something for yourself, take it to somebody else who might need it. There's not a supply problem. It's a distribution problem. Let's make sure that everybody is taken care of. And of course, if you want to come and help and volunteer, we invite you to do that as well. If we just keep caring and we just keep showing up, we will all make it through together. I promise you. So I'm going to welcome Karen Drucker back to close us out in this streaming section, and then invite you to join us over in our Zoom watch party. So Karen, give us a little something to take us home from here.
It's great. There's so many, I went through 5 different songs in my mind of what I wanted to do, but when I thought of the shifting sand, I'm going to sing you this to take you home today. So this is my song when I'm in that shifting sand and don't know what's going on. I just say, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release, everyone do that right now, just go like this, just release. I will release every fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. Now there may be walls and there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose. I'm going to say that line again because it's kind of important. I can choose. Actually, it's what I always talk about in everything that I always do. I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. All right, sing with me now. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment. And I am kinder every moment, every day, and I'm loving, and I am loving every moment, every day. I will surrender to the shifting sands. I will surrender every moment, every day. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Karen. And look forward to seeing you momentarily in our Zoom virtual gathering that's going on right now. It'll be more of Karen Drucker. Let's play and connect. Take this consciousness and multiply it.